While there is no one set path on the journey to a successful med school application cycle, there are 5 key mistakes that a lot of pre-medical students have made, and these 5 mistakes can cost you dearly on your application. That's why I heavily advise against these. First of all, a lot of medical students have the wrong idea about how to stand out on an application. They tend to focus on this. They tend to say, my experience was unique because I did this, because I did this, because this was unlike anything else. Sure, you may think it was different because you yourself were in that experience, but again, you only have the knowledge of what you did. You can't see what other people did in their own experiences. Because of this, it's not really feasible to try to compare your own experience with someone else's. People tend to rely on making a list of different things that they did in the experiences. For example, someone may be like, in my medical assistant job, I logged patient data, I shadowed this doctor, I ran blood samples, that kind of thing. Which, okay, cool, it's good that you did that, but again, a lot of other people have also done medical assistant jobs. They've also done stuff like this. They're also gonna have this in their application. And when medical school application committees, when they see the title medical assistant, they're gonna think of that same checklist. It's not unique if you just say the same thing, which they already know. Instead, what will make the experience seem unique to the committee members is showing your own perspective on it. This is something that's unique to you. It's something that the committee doesn't know. It's something that you can share with them and increase their curiosity in you. That is how you stand out as an applicant. Talk about that one day that a patient was going through a lot. Talk about how you helped them through that, how they opened up to you, how they began to trust you after seeing you help them so much. There may be select few cases in which your experience truly did give you something unique to do that not a lot of other students have done who also had a similar title. However, I would not rely on this. I think focusing on your perspective is a stronger and safer narrative that has a greater chance of success in making the committee members curious to know more about you. And this leads to the second most common mistake that a lot of pre-med students make. They're not authentic in their application. Rather than showing who they truly are, they focus on highlighting those specific things that they know the committees are looking for. For example, they may be like, I built together this project, I was a leader because yada yada yada. Like, it's very obvious that they're trying to just appeal to checking off the boxes again. That's not being authentic, that's trying to be the robotic student. And that's not what's going to get you into medical school. As a future doctor, it's also important to have a lot of self-awareness and a lot of self-confidence in who you are as well too. That is why the application cycle largely serves as a chance for you to overcome a lot of self-limiting beliefs and be authentic in who you are. These programs that you're applying to are tailored to specific students with specific characteristics. If you are able to show who you truly are, you're more likely to find a program which you know you will be more than happy at. The next biggest mistake, and this is something that I've been guilty of as well too, focusing too much on stats. Don't get me wrong, stats are incredibly important. Your GPA, your MCAT, make sure you study and do well in those because those are very important. But again, there's a lot of people who just focus on those. They say, okay, I don't have time to do a clinical job because I'm studying a lot. Like, yeah, studying is important, I get that. But again, a doctor is not just book smart, they're also street smart. They also have other knowledge outside of just studying, you know? And again, it's very hard to acquire that type of knowledge if you're just studying all the time. Study, do the work, do the hard work, get into med school, do what you gotta do. But again, it's not just about the stats. It's about making an impact on people. And the best way to learn what impact you want to have on people is going out there and getting those experiences. Not to mention, if you're only focused on doing well in the classroom and on your MCAT, what stories are you going to tell in your application? The classroom is such a limiting environment in some ways compared to the outside world. In the classroom, you have a set curriculum of what you learn. Outside the classroom, you're on your own. You have to figure everything out. You have to use experience as your guide. The next mistake is one that I believe is very hard to unlearn just because of how hard it is to get into medical school. And that mistake is being too competitive. Don't get me wrong. Of course, you want to improve yourself. You want to make yourself a really, really strong candidate. But that doesn't mean you have to put other people down at the same time. That doesn't mean you want to try to one-up everyone else. Because again, what kind of a doctor would you be if you're trying to one-up other people instead of focusing on helping others? That's the main point. If you let your fear of not getting into medical school overtake you and you let it manifest itself into something negative, you may end up becoming a toxic competitive person, and you may end up being hard to work with in a team environment. And oftentimes, working in healthcare requires you to be a team player. In fact, the very ethics of healthcare, of helping as many people as you can, require you to be a team player. They require cooperation, not competition. Finally, I believe that this is the hardest mistake to overcome and to unlearn. Being content and being happy with the progress that you have made. Giving yourself the credit where credit is due. If you don't stop to appreciate the progress that you've made, you're going to end up wanting more. You're going to end up trying to take the MCAT one more time. You're going to try to take that extra hard class. You're going to try to stay up all night studying for all of your finals. And sure, that may get you through in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to end up burnt out. You're going to be so tired. There's only so much a person's mental health can take when you constantly find yourself wanting more. When you constantly think to yourself, okay, I need to do more. This isn't good enough. Of course, I continue to encourage you all to make your application as strong as possible. However, make sure that you are stopping to appreciate all the hard work that you have done, because I don't think it's really told to us that much. I don't think a lot of people are told, I'm proud of you for what you've done. I am proud that you have stayed up all night for your finals sometimes. I'm proud of you for all the hard work that you have done for your MCAT, your clinical experiences, your research, whatever it is. If no one else is gonna say it, I'll say it to you. I am proud of you. I am proud of you for doing the hard work and for wanting to take on this ambitious goal. I am so proud, and I have no doubt that one day you will find happiness in life. Whether or not that's in the field of medicine, I know you all can do it. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm so proud of you. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.